One. Hello and welcome to the ULSTER GP. In some people's eyes, the peak of Northern Irish road racing. A road race that hasn't unfortunately been seen since before COVID. We're here for the T-Tech third event of 2025. It is time for the Ulster Grand Prix, and this time we've streamlined the format to miss out qualifying. We've ordered the grid appropriately according to the NW200 finishes. We've got a few new riders on the field and a few, unfortunately, that are not around for this one. But I'm Race495, as always, joined by my co-commentator River, and we'll be taking you through what promises to be a brilliant Ulster GP for your monthly dose of online road racing.
That's right, race boy. We've made it. It's been a struggle to get this race going. We've both been kind of busy over the last couple weeks, but we've got it here, and we're running some of the junior pilots with the senior guys. We've got a couple wild cards. We've got Doc BR46. We've got DCP. We've also got some guys from Delta Howard Man Lobbies joining us. We've got Hoppy from his lobby. And actually, I think possibly there was someone else, but I think he's not here. But yeah, we should have a good race today. It's a competitive lobby. A lot of these guys could race these league races before, so let's see how the race pans out.
Alright then, I agree. All the riders are ready. Now, just before we jump into this, me and River discussed our picks for this race. I went with DCP, a proven warrior in the ride series. If you actually consistently watch my lives on the channel, you would have seen me and him battle till the bitter end at Blue Wave in the Ace Academy V2 Cup last week, and thankfully I was the eventual winner. But yeah, DCP, a brilliantly fast rider, and in my opinion someone to look out for. But who is your pick, River?
Well, unfortunately, I didn't catch that race. I'll have to.
No. Your pick for the race, the Ulster GP.
No, my pick for this race, I would have to say, would be Cloud. And if I was
Oh, sorry, your mic lagged out there. Alright then, yeah. Funnily enough, DCP and Cloud Cutter, thanks to a literal pure luck, because it is their first time out here, starting at the bottom of the grid, directly at the bottom of the grid. Now, they are all ready to go, and it is time to race here at the Ulster GP. The two favourites for the two commentators will be starting right at the back. Keep an eye on the two Americans at the back of the grid, but keep an eye out for the Manxman, John Bloodborne, on the Kawasaki, who finished on the podium at the Isle of Man, wearing the Marco Simoncelli replica to commemorate the Italian. 14 years since we lost him, but we go racing here at the Ulster GP, and it's a good start from John Bloodborne on the Kawasaki. Good launch as well from Alva, up to third on the Suzuki. I don't know where to look because I don't know who to look at. Here we go then. Oh my gosh, this is going to get ugly. Down to turn one. This is the Ulster GP, ladies and gentlemen. Huge accident as John Bloodborne goes down. The pole man, oh, multiple riders down, and already my favourite, DCP, up to second behind Alva. The Mexican leads the way on the Suzuki. What's a dramatic start already as down he's made his way up to the
God.
Apologies. Yeah, apologies for laughing, but Alpha's gone down pretty heavily there. DCP now leads as more crashes going on in the background, and the two men who started dead last on the grid are now 1 and 2. Oh no, Cloud Cutter's hit the deck, I think, because Alva is back up to second on the number 46 GS6R 1000. Oh! Riders everywhere, Cloud Cutter is through the clouds.
Oh my goodness.
Lots of incidents to start off this one, as that was one of the other riders going down as well. Lots of riders already struggling as DCP gets away very well. Should we call that one a red flag?
The laps are kind of on my screen. I'm showing 99 on the left. We did have about 5 people go down at the Flying Kilo.
Yeah, I think we're just gonna have to leave it, because it's what's gonna happen at Ulster GP. I mean, you can't. It's everybody's. Oh, DCP's gone down off the jump. That's an easy mistake to make, clearly. Not a lot of people have done too much practice of shoulder-to-shoulder racing. Now, I think we have got a race on our hands, and it's a war of attrition. Not for overtakes, but for how long you can stay on the bike. And, oh, Jay goes down! Hopefully his bike stays out. Man, that was close for John Bloodborne. But I'll tell you, he is someone who managed at the Northwest 200 to do a really good job of staying on the bike. So keep an eye out for the Manxman, as he did get quite unlucky off the start there. But if more crashes like that start to happen for Alva, who goes down on the Suzuki, then I definitely think John is one to look out for. He is a born road racer, born on the Isle of Man, I think. But yeah, I mean, you're going to go for the Manxman surely. DCP 5 seconds ahead.
Now, this is a long race, and this is a long track. It is 7.4 miles track. I would say some of these riders, it's going to take them a minute to get into their rhythm. I know personally from racing this track, you can take 10 seconds out. If you're one of those really freaking fast, senior, you can take 20 seconds out with someone in a lap. So, you know, we're ending lap one. Let's see what it goes from here. If Todd and Downey and some of these guys in the back, if they can cut their way back up to the front.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but you might not have got a lot of that to the viewers, but apologies for that microphone quality. Obviously, not River's fault or anything. It's just something we can't really deal with right now. But that's all good. Hopefully, you guys could still get that through to your headphones. But yeah. Alva's now in third. Cloudcutter trying to make his way back up the field on the BMW S1000RR as Jay goes down on the GSX-R1000. Downey goes down as soon as I look at him. And as a Nova, we haven't even spoke about him yet, on the R1. Coming around the last corner, he's just got past Downey. And oh, a big wheelie for the Indonesian rider as he comes down the straight now and underneath the boards that say Windows 11. Now, the number 5, not 9 seconds off Jay, so a lot of work to do for him. But I think John Bloodborne has crashed because the gap has shot up from 5 to 10 seconds between him and DCP. And ignore the fact that it says 99 laps at the top corner. That is a glitch that I've experienced multiple times. As Alva's also hit the deck, Cloudcutter could now be in chance of a podium. Let's go on board with him as he attempts to catch the Mexican coming down the hill. Oh, Jay and Oppie have also crashed. Yeah, we knew there was going to be a lot of crashes. Alva falls victim and goes down again. Clearly these guys just struggling a little bit. I don't think a lot of people did practice that much. This is really unfortunate to see so many crashes happening at such a glorious track, but yeah, I think a few riders just didn't put in enough practice to stay on the bike long enough as John Bloodborne goes down again. And already this race looks like it's starting to break up. We're only a lap and a half in. It is unfortunate when these things happen, but we will be moving to Ride 5 next year. But let's see, now John Bloodborne, he did have some really strong late race pace at the Northwest, so maybe towards the end he could start to show something to DCP, but it looks like he's lagging a bit, and his front tyre seems to be really cold. But this guy here, I told you that he could be a favourite, and he is delivering so far. The number 6 BMW S1000RR with the Jean Zarco replica. Cloudcutter's just gone down. Now Doc VR46 on his debut is into third on the number 47 Suzuki with a Rossi replica. Something you never thought you'd see, Rossi on a Suzuki. And I think he counted one number too high.
The wild card is different. 2 wild cards, both on the podium as of now.
Yeah, it's a shame. I would have thought Alva would be a bit more up there, but he got a good start. He's not too far off Cloud Cutter. Let's have a look at Jay. Circling around in 6th at the moment, just trying to stay on the bike. But Downey and Azanova not too far off each other. As Let's Go on board with the Indonesian rider as he attempts to close in on his fellow Yamaha rider as the rear goes, clipping the grass. Oh.
Deadly turn there.
Yeah.
Wheelers.
More incidents throughout the race, and we don't actually, well, yeah, we do know 7 laps to go, and it's already pretty stretched out.
Right now it is DCP from Bloodborne, 15 seconds out. John is 15 seconds out from DCP.
Oh dear, it's not going well for John Bloodborne. He's really struggling to stay on that Kawasaki, and if he keeps crashing, he might find himself in the clutches of Doc VR46. As I've just noticed, Downey's gone underneath the bike once again. So now that puts him within the same distance as before of Azanova. Let's see if the Indonesian can catch him. Oh, wow. On the front wheel there. And that was nicely done.
Really, very nice. Really nice to see Poppy there in 7th. One of Delta's TT riders from the TT paddock. You know, this is kind of their style. So it's really showing out here.
Yeah, a lot of those riders like Brett did struggle a lot at Daytona, and now this is the half of the calendar where it's really going to show as Downey goes off again. Really not going well for him either. And oh, Jay's hit the deck on the Suzuki. Look out! Oh, that was nasty. But that is unfortunately the dangers that you face.
It is.
Because that is a completely blind right-hander there. As Azanova is now into 8th and firmly ahead of Downey because I think he went off again.
Yeah, again, Oppie just cutting his way to the top. We're really seeing those times kind of look like Isle of Man times. People getting spaced out 40 seconds, 37 seconds, 55 seconds.
Yeah.
But again, on that 7-mile track, you can take 20 seconds out in a lap. So again, you could a couple good laps. And
yeah, for me, I think with the ULSTER, it's more about the consistency of staying on the bike. I mean, yes, you can be fast as hell, but like, for example, DCP, I'd say Cloud Cutter and John Bloodborne are the fastest guys out there, but DCP's built himself a 20-second gap because he literally hasn't came off the bike since that crash at the jump on lap 1.
It's like when I was doing the guest commentary at the mirror race. That's what separates like the pros from the amateurs is consistency. No matter what sport we're talking about. Some of the guys here in T-Tech who have competed in sports as an adult or amateur sports, they know. A lot of you guys, you know what I'm talking about. It's the consistency, and it shows here with DCP. Stayed on the bike over Deers Leap, just ripping, coming down here to Leethamstown.
Incredible, and he's still on a mighty pace as he comes down through turn 6. I'm not sure of some of these names.
Even his style, though, if you watch him, he's not on the limits at all. It's real solid riding.
Yeah, it's just nice and consistent, but he does look fast as he hit one of the bollards there, possibly knocked down by Jay when he came down. But Cloud Cutter, it must be really disappointed with 5th at the moment. I don't know what's happened to him. He's oh yeah, he is on the back of Alva. So now we could have a battle. Let's just hope it doesn't end in a crash like most incidents. But the thing is, here, especially at the ULSTER GP, you have to be patient when it comes to an overtake and wait for an opportunity, because if you send a dive in a blind right-hander, they're not going to see it coming, and they've got no space to sit up. They sit up there in the wall. What are they going to do?
Right. And again, it's such a time-based thing. 10 laps on a 7.5-mile track. You're trying to beat the time and stay on the bike, like what you were saying a minute ago. And so if if you see someone coming up behind you and they've been chewing away 3 laps, you almost want to just okay, gentleman's game here, fair play, go around, you know.
One thing I will mention is we are 4 laps out of 10 in, and Cloud Cutter's rear tyre is on 11% wear. It seems to me like,
I see that.
yeah, the temperature is very cold here up in Northern Ireland by the looks of it, and it may be looking like we're getting some cold tear on the tyres, because the front tyre is on 87%, which is not bad, but it's completely blue, and the rear tyre turquoise with 10%, but obviously more likely to have wear on the rear than the front.
As he's chasing him down at crossroads here, coming into Wheelers. This is one of the more difficult turns. There's multiple ways to hit it, different race lines.
Yeah, I tell you what, Alva's looking strong though. Alva is on some good pace. He's really stretched out the gap between him and Cloud Cutter, as Azanova's now made his way up into 6th, courtesy of a crash between Oppie and Jay. But now, let's get on board with Oppie as he chases down the Indonesian. Will be placing him under pressure. Jay is unfortunately 6.6 seconds behind, but if something happens here between Oppie and Azanova, something can definitely happen. Oh no, down he goes.
My Indonesian brother goes down. Now again, Oppie's got PT style, so you're going to see that rear brake. You're going to see him hit these corners, ripping through the corners, trying to keep his corner speed.
Yeah, and I think this might just be a bit of a wake-up call, because some of these riders, you know, they haven't really done road racing in any of these games. It's definitely something that's not very much explored in the Ride 4. As contact! Oppie went down and rejoined in a strange action, but yeah, Azanova really hindered by that. That's a shame.
Drama at Corey there at the hairpin. This is a difficult section of the track right here. I wish I knew the name of it.
Yeah, as they now come on this long right hand and then left. Jay right on the back of Oppie, looking to get that GSX-5000 back in contention for the top 6. He went over the grass there and he carried way too much speed into the last corner. Down he goes in a big way. Azanova now moves his way back up to 7th. And I'll tell you what, I think Alva and Cloud Cutter crashed together or something. Maybe Alva crashed and Cloud Cutter crashed trying to avoid his bike. But look at the rear tyre on Cloud Cutter's BMW S1000RR. It is already in a very bad manner as we now get to the halfway point of the race. DCP still carrying on. Lovely. Oh no, down goes Cloud Cutter, as it looks like he just started to find something to respond to Alva. He goes down.
Looks like Alva still has a little bit of tire left.
Yeah, good chunk of it. 24%. Let's have a look at everybody else. 21% for DCP. 21 for John Bloodborne, who's on a super lap so far. 6 seconds up on his personal best. As I mentioned, probably one of the fastest riders out there, but is just struggling to stay on 2 wheels on that Kawasaki as he now comes left. The rear is sliding out. He's done well to stay on that. Jay's gone down again. Yeah, now down to the hairpin. Oh, that's late. That's late. Is he getting it stopped? He's pushing for the fast lap here. I think he's lagging a bit. We've not really talked much about Doc VR46. He's excuse me, been relatively strong. And in fact, I think Azanova has just crashed.
He's a friend of John Bloodborne's, another European rider.
Oh, a massive crash there for Jay as he started to catch Azanova. That's a shame.
I kind of feel like about half these guys ride in real life. Not necessarily race in real life, but about half these guys are on the road on a bike in real life. Cloud's he's cutting his teeth with the racing, so...
Here comes Jay over the famous jump. Oh, Azanova's gone down. It's an easy one to mess up. You've got to make sure that bike is sat up and straight before you get to it. As Jay, oh, how has he stayed on that? That was close.
It is. And you know, I actually learned that line by watching it on board with Peter Hickman. You sit out wide on the left hand side and you cut in, and there's actually a weird paint line where the road is painted kind of weird, and you realize after you take this gnarly freaking line that's why they painted it that way.
Oh, he is all over the grass there.
Man,
He is pushing
on the
it.
limits. But like you said, you got to get it stood up quick. Be ready for that turn.
Yeah, because you can't afford to have it completely sideways when you come off that jump and that really quick dip. You got to get it set up out the corner, because you're going to end up, scrubbing it like a motocross rider, and you ain't got enough time on a, heavy race bike to get it turned again as Alva goes down. That's a big one.
Oh, that's a flying kilo too. That can cost you some time. What are we seeing here on Cloud? He's okay.
Oh, Oppie's just crashed as well. It's going to give some more time to Jay and Azanova. We've spent most of the time watching these two, but I tell you what, John Bloodborne has done a mighty job of closing the gap to DCP. Look at that through there. That was mighty fast, and he's getting back on it now. He's got 4 laps to close. 19 seconds! Stay on it! Stay on it. Doc VR46 has gone down. Alva went down as well briefly. Cloud Cutter is starting to catch up. But yeah, all eyes now on John Bloodborne, who could be in to take victory if something happens to DCP. He's definitely motoring on. Look at this pace that he is carrying as John makes his way through Wheeler's Corner.
He's ripping.
This is some speed.
The big map here. If you look at the big map, he's putting up a fight. Second place is. I mean, 20 seconds out. Like I said, it's a bad lap. I mean,
yeah, 2 crashes in 1 lap, and that's half gone.
Right. Lord, heaven forbid. I'm not trying to jinx DCP. I want to see him come out and make a good showing, but we also want to see a race here. Let's see, who else do we got? We got 4th and 5th are kind of bunched up, but 6th and 7th is just
once again we've got Jay and Azanova right in contention. Oh no, he's overdone it again. A big crash for Jay. He seems to keep doing that. It seems like lovely airtime for Azanova. Jay, unfortunately, it seems to me like he's just asking too much of that Suzuki and racing in a bit of a circuit style where you just, you go into the braking zones and go, screw it. Let's just brake a bit later and see what happens, because if I don't make it, I don't make it. I'll just run wide in the corner. But here in road racing, as we just see Azanova going down, a perfect example, you haven't got space to run wide. You run wide, you're down.
There goes Jay right behind. Let's see here if he can hook onto a toe.
Yeah, Oppie's just gone down as well.
I agree with what you're saying. It's how you can see the different styles. This isn't a short track style, really. You want to keep that momentum.
Oh, that was good from Jay. He went through there fast as Azanova's trying to stay in contention with the Indian rider.
Actually,
big wheelies.
2 little motorbike history here. 2 of the most populated countries with motorbikes are Indonesia and India. I don't have exact figures here in front of me, but I believe India has the most motorbikes on the road, like 250 million or something, and Indonesia is in second with like 150 million or something.
Yeah, that's some crazy numbers.
Motorbikes in general.
Yeah, and obviously that's why the Indonesian Grand Prix was so well attended in MotoGP. It's a shame World Superbike stopped going there. It's a shame that MotoGP is almost using World Superbike as a test mule for new tracks and then ripping them off the World Superbike calendar in the next year.
Wow. Yeah, that is kind of a shame.
Yeah, and one thing I will point out, sorry to interrupt, but the gap has jumped up by 10 seconds for DCP, and he's only got a few laps left now to navigate to take victory here at the ULSTER GP, as you were saying.
He will go for the throat now. I was in Lombok the year before they built the MotoGP track. I wish I could have seen it. Hopefully I'll get to go back. But we also see that 7th and 8th are still kind of... Oh, Looks like Asanova may have gone down again.
Yeah, shame for the Indonesian rider. He's had quite a few difficulties in this one. Let's, when he gets a line, hop on board with DCP, as he's actually not too far off lapping Asanova and Jay here, which could, you know, bring in something interesting here, because if they get in the way, that can make for some issues. John Bloodborne is a very, very big way off, but anything could happen, of course, as we're now going on board with DCP. This is your lap of the Ulster GP with your race leader. Let's just hope he doesn't bin it. Oh, lovely through there, nice and consistent. And now it's going to be from all the way up, all the way down as he heads into the chicane. You see those Bridgestone boards, and that's your signal to brake. Here he comes. Wow, lovely on the throttle. Second, third, fourth as he comes over the hill. Bit longer in fourth gear. Yeah, lovely inline four scream, something that MotoGP fans aren't really privileged to anymore, as he now comes over the Deers Leap and into the right hander. Lovely, he's 2/10 up, and look at him shoot over the hill. This is brilliant stuff, and he's definitely catching up now. We just had to get the TV action of him leaping over the jumps there. Just beautiful from the American. A real mature head on him. He's very good. He's not a crasher at all. It's very rare that he does make a mistake. That race at Blue Wave where he did hit the deck was a rare mistake from the American, and this shows just how good he is, how consistent he is, that he is about to lap the rider in 8th place, Asanova. He is just that fast.
Now this is something to think about. Possibly next year, if we switch to Ride 5 and we have a big lobby, we might want a backstopper. I know that's something they do on these road races, where the potential to lap someone, and that they have that marshal out there with the orange vest on, so you know that's the back of the pack.
Yeah. Here comes John. No, sorry, not John. DCP approaching Asanova now. Let's see what he's got. This is looking like a really strong lap as he comes through Wheeler Corner. 2/10 up on his personal best. We might be able to see the fastest lap of the Ulster GP here from DCP. It looks like we've chosen a good time to hop on board with our race leader as he comes through. Lovely, lovely point-to-point stuff. As he just caught the grass there. He might have lost a bit of time as he heads down to the hairpin. Let's just hope Asanova doesn't get in the way.
He's got no tire, ladies and gentlemen. With 7% tire, I mean, the bike it handles differently.
Yeah, and DCP's still pushing on. The difference is in road racing, though, the more laps you do, the more comfortable you get with it. And tire wear does matter, of course, but confidence is a bigger factor.
And like you said earlier, so much of this track is putting perfect laps together and staying on the bike.
Yeah, and that's exactly what DCP's doing.
Right, not necessarily about the cracking lap. Oh, right on the inside, coming on at the line.
Lovely. 306.5 as Oppie's gone down ahead. And in fact, I think, yeah, Jay moves up into 6th.
Those times are ripping, dude. That's like
incredible.
306.
Let's see what this lap. This is a really good start as he comes through Rock Bends. This is incredible. He's closing in quite sharply on Oppie and Jay. Let's just hope they don't hinder him. He got lucky there that Asanova was able to move aside on the straight.
He did, and I saw that Asanova did that.
Yeah, let's just hope for his sake. Oh, big moment there, and he's still going for it. He's just only a 10th under his personal best.
He is still going. Did not roll off.
Yeah, he did lose a bit in the 3rd sector when he caught the grass. And again, really pushing for it, DCP, on the penultimate lap here with only 6% left on that rear tyre. You can see Oppie up ahead. Let's just hope that he doesn't get too in the way and hinder DCP. John Bloodborne, though, might have just thrown a good few laps together. He's closed the gap by about a second. Alva's gone down. I don't know if that... No, definitely not close enough for Cloud Cutter to catch up. But a real shame for Cloud Cutter. A real disappointing race for him, as now we can see Oppie up ahead, and I'm sure they can hear that BMW S1000RR screaming its way up behind him. Watch out, he's pulling towards it. Oh, he's gone. Oh, he's done well to stay on that. He has done very well to stay on the bike. Has Oppie, and Jay also lets him through. Lovely stuff from those guys, as John Bloodborne has crashed, I believe, as the gap has now gone up to 36 seconds. Cloud Cutter's also crashed, and obviously the grid winding up as Jay and Oppie once again locked together for 6th and 7th. We're going to let this lap finish off for DCP and catch the last lap with Jay and Oppie, but I think, yeah, he lost a lot of time there, so we are going to take a look at the Northern Irishman and the Indian rider on the Kawasaki and the Suzuki. About 2 seconds separates them, and one mistake from Oppie could mean 6th for Jay.
I'm standing on it. Oppie's going to finish this one strong. I'm definitely rooting for him. Again, he's coming from the TT paddock. This is kind of where we expect him to shine. You know, he's never done any of the MotoGP leagues. He's one of these older lads.
Quite
like
wide.
Oh, come on. Stay on the bike.
Yeah, that was good.
You can't, there's 2 lines there with the hairpin. I noticed from the 2015 Ulster Grand Prix when William Dunlop and Alistair Seeley were battling out that you can go wide or you can go inside, and it just kind of depends on how hot you're coming in there.
Yeah, I know, but that mistake has really opened up a window for Jay to challenge here, and he could get that Suzuki into the slipstream. I wouldn't go too hot if I was him, but he does. Way, that was close. Wonderfully manoeuvred by Jay as he goes through. With only 2 laps to go, careful on the grass. Here we go, there's a battle. They're going to be side by side as Oppie gets in the slipstream. How about this for a battle to end the Ulster GP? 1 lap to go for DCP, but 2 laps to go for these guys. Technically, this is their last lap because the race timer is going to tick off before they get to the line. Here he comes. Oh, barging shoulders here in road racing. That's going to get close. They're going to go in the wall. Oh, big crash. Big crash. Azanova might be able to catch up now. Jay gets up first.
This is what they want to see is last lap here. 2 people battling out. Jay is a short track rider. Oppie is a road racer.
Oh, he's sideways. He's in the grass. That's going to open an opportunity for Oppie.
Where's Oppie? Come on, Oppie.
Yeah, the Northern Irishman doing everything he can to catch him. I think, yeah, John Bloodborne is now aiming to pass Azanova.
Okay.
Oh, look at this. He's not too far off now. Let's get ready for action. Oh, he's got it completely out of shape there as Jay. He's managed to get it stopped well, though, as more experience comes into it. Both of them on 6% rear tyre. Jay 34 on the front. Cloud Cutter's gone down, as DCP's about to lap him as well. Oh no, Oppie loses the rear. Ah, what a shame. It looks like we're about to get treated to a really good battle there. But Alva, I've got to say, I'm pretty impressed with Alva. He's doing a consistent job of running in 4th. And
Alva's always consistent. He's a good rider.
Yeah, but Doc VR46, how about this?
Oh, mate, come on now. Wow, DCP and Doc. Wow, impressive.
Yeah, mate. I mean,
and again,
it's that close that DCP could be on there to lap Alva as well. That would be incredible, lapping all the way up to 4th. That's just how fast and consistent he's been. His Cloud Cutter's gone down again. We are going to see Cloud Cutter at the hairpin, I think, as DCP approaches him. You can just see him at the top of your screens. Jay has crashed, and so has Azanova, and now I think we've got a little bit tighter of a duel. As get out the way, Azanova. Oh no! Oh wow, John Bloodborne. Wow! Overtaker the century. Overtaker the century went on the grass and saw Azanova there and just absolutely flew by him. Literally flew. His wheels came off the ground. That was incredible.
You'll get that on these last laps on these big road races.
Yeah.
Some crazy stuff. You'll
And
see
here
people
comes
ramping and
DCP
whatnot.
to the line. He wins the Ulster GP. He wheelies the line. A gorgeous performance from start to finish. He wins by 45 seconds. No other rider is even going to get to the line in time. John Bloodborne is going to come out in second. Doc VR 46 third. Alva fourth. Cloud Cutter fifth. But these guys have got 20 seconds to battle it out. And it is a decent gap between Oppie and Azanova. Oh no, it's not. They've all separated now. Yeah, oh, Cloud Cutter there. Oh, careful. But wow, maybe not the most entertaining of Ulster GPs, but definitely an interesting one, to say the least, of who to look out for the rest of the year. And there it is, a 3:05.9 from DCP.
3:05. Wow, ladies and gentlemen, you saw it here. Pretty impressive. Hit the backstopper, passed his way all the way up into fourth.
Yeah, John Bloodborne with a 3:06.4. So his pace was there, but maybe he just couldn't stay on the bike as well. But a glorious victory for DCP. And oh, welcome Ducksworth to the viewing channel. Yeah, DCP takes the victory. The American wins the Ulster GP ahead of John Bloodborne. Doc VR46 on his debut takes a podium on the GSX-R 1000. Alva fourth, another consistent result for the Mexican. Cloud Cutter, an unfortunate one, down in fifth. And I may remind you, DCP started dead last. And I think, to be fair, he got pretty lucky because of all that contact at the start of the race. Yeah, Jay sixth, strong battle between him, Oppie and Azanova. It's a shame to see Azanova down in eighth after that one, but he definitely put up a good fight, the Indonesian rider. But from all of us, that's it for the Ulster GP. There is your results, and that, if all these riders will show up, will be your grid for the next race. What is the next race?
It'll be the final. It'll be the Macau Grand Prix. And we'll do Steam gift cards for the whole season, and yeah, we'll do some announcements for next season at Macau. So that will be in November, before the end of November.
Awesome. Then keep yourself notified. Obviously, subscribe to my channel. Put notifications on so you get notified whenever I stream. I do all sorts. I do races. I commentate on races, and make sure you're here next month in November for the final round of the season at Macau. That's going to be interesting. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time out in China in November. Cheers, guys.